So I was all prepared to start this episode with a bunch of really cringy Eclipse-related acronyms from Mexico, like this one and that one. But then I realized that Mexico literally translates to "in the navel of the moon," and there's no way that I can top that. Guys, we are 10 seconds into this series, and I'm already getting shown up by the internet. Welcome to episode 1. So the total eclipse on April 8th starts out deep in the South Pacific. The first two pieces of land that are reasonably close to the eclipse path are an atoll in the Cook Islands, that's about 35 miles south of the southern extremity of totality, and Starbuck Island, that's part of Kiribati, that's about 75 miles north of the northern extremity of totality. Now, could you theoretically take a boat or fly a plane from either of these islands into the path of totality? Sure. Do I think anybody's going to? Probably not. Between both of these islands, there's a whopping 226 people living there, so I'd say that the chances of anyone finding their way into the path of totality is unfortunately pretty slim. But if somebody proves me wrong and happens to be looking at a total solar eclipse from deep in the South Pacific on April 8th, they'd get just under 90 seconds of totality. Unfortunately, the eclipse path then doesn't have the common decency to hit land for almost an hour and a half. 81 minutes and over 4,000 miles later, the eclipse does finally make landfall on Isla Maria Magdalena and Isla Maria Madre, about 80 miles off the coast of Mexico. Totality begins here at 11:04 a.m. and then crosses the 80 miles to the Mexican mainland in just 3 minutes, hitting a beach just southeast of Mazatlan, Mexico at 11:07 a.m. local time. Totality on this beach is going to last for 4 minutes and 27 seconds, and this will be the first time that a total solar eclipse has made landfall in Mexico in almost 33 years. The last time this happened was July 11th, 1991, and fittingly enough, the 1991 eclipse also passed directly over Mazatlan. Conveniently enough, Mazatlan, which is the first real town that the eclipse will pass over, is also arguably one of the best places in North America to go to see it. There's about 500,000 people in the town on a normal day, and so you have no doubt that they have the infrastructure to support the influx of tourists and the influx of eclipse chasers that are going to be there. Mazatlan has the highest lighthouse in the Americas, and the Town Astronomical Society has been preparing for this for a while. The town also has some of the best prospects for clear skies anywhere in North America, since historically only about 1 out of 4 April 8ths have been cloudy along coastal Mexico. From here, the eclipse continues on through Mexico, passing through a bunch of little towns in the states of Sinaloa, Nayarit, Durango, and Coahuila. These towns include Nazas, where the eclipse reaches at 12:15 p.m. local time, just 8 minutes after it first hit the Mexican coast. Nazas is particularly interesting since this is right around where the greatest eclipse duration is going to be. Just outside of town, we're going to have 4 minutes and 28 seconds of totality. The eclipse path then sweeps across much of the Chihuahuan Desert in central Mexico, and during this time it hits the Cuatro Ciénegas Biosphere Reserve, where totality is going to last for 4 minutes and 17 seconds. 6 minutes later, at 1:27 p.m. local time, the eclipse will reach Piedras Negras, which is a border town where totality is going to last for 4 minutes and 27 seconds. All told, the eclipse sweeps through Mexico in just 25 minutes, because from here, it crosses the Rio Grande River and enters the US and the state of Texas at the town of Radar Base at 1:29 p.m. And would you look at that? Texas is where we're heading in the next episode. It's almost like we're working our way toward the northeast. So buckle up, because things are about to get wild.